Hi everyone, welcome to GBE Reviews. I'm your host Joe, and today I'm going to be talking about the soundtrack to the anime 11 Eyes. So let's talk background. 11 Eyes has a lot, and I mean a ton of soundtrack releases. Check out all these releases, it's crazy how many there are. The 11 Eyes official OST was released in 2009 on 2 CDs. It features a staggering 55 tracks totaling over 2 hours of music. The main composer is Soichiro Sakamoto. So folks have asked me why I review soundtracks, not the full anime sometimes. And honestly, I save that for when there's an anime I either can't review very well or there isn't a lot to say. So take 11 Eyes for example. This anime is such a piece of shit. It's another visual novel adaptation that needed at least 2 seasons to do the story any justice at all. Also, the fact that one of the episodes completely retconned at the end to basically say none of this episode actually happened, it was all a dream, is filler to the worst sense. Minus the OST, there's little to salvage out of this piece of garbage. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get back to the OST. As I mentioned earlier, there are 55 tracks in total on the OST. The overall length of each track varies. The most tracks are roughly 2 to 3 minutes. There are some tracks that are fairly short, but the majority are full-length songs. There are a ton of tracks in this OST, so you can expect a great deal of variety. The 2 CDs tend to have a split between them that isolates certain types of music to each CD. The first CD focuses more on metal and creepy music and emphasizes loud guitar, some electronica backgrounds, and also orchestral organs and vocal choruses. There are also a few tracks that remind me of the battle music featured in your typical JRPG. On the other CD, you have more melodic pieces, mostly focusing on violins and pianos, and a fair number are slower in tempo. There are also several odd pieces as well that remind me of something you'd hear in a JRPG. The second album is decent, but there are some tracks you just don't want to hear outside an actual anime. Here's a brief preview of the album. I've done my best to give you a mix of the best pieces of each CD. If you're a fan of heavier music with some orchestral and electronic incorporated in, you'll likely enjoy this OST. The first CD is done well and has a great mix of tracks. The second CD is a bit spotty. It's hit or miss, and a lot of the songs are more along the lines of music you'd want to fill in a TV show versus actually listen to outside the show. Granted, there are still quite a few solid and emotional tracks, but generally the quality of CD2 is much lower than CD1. There are 2 songs off the OST that are particularly impressive. The first is the single Arrival of Tears by vocalist Ayane. This track is fast-paced and heavy, mixing hard rock with strong vocals. Its vocal chorus intro starts the song off strong and continues a fast pace throughout the first half of the song. This is where the anime cuts it off. If you're listening to the full single, there's a melodic violin solo in the middle that transitions to a pretty sweet guitar solo. The incorporation of violins in the heavy mix really makes the whole song have an epic feel. Here's a preview of the song to get you an idea what I'm talking about. The other track I want to talk about is called Sequentia. It is performed by the vocalist Azriel. It starts off with a gentle orchestra and synthesized piano, and then breaks into a really quick metal guitar track. There are extremely heavy sections, and the way the guitar riffs fill in at the end aligns with the verse is pretty catchy. The light violin breakdown in the middle, followed by the guitar solo, also added quite a bit to the song. The fact that this song incorporates epic violin and synth with the guitar makes it extremely uplifting and really fills the listener with energy. The track also goes from a full sound to a lighter, sparse sound several times, and the crescendos and decrescendos also add to the energy level. Here's a preview of the song to give you an idea what I'm talking about. In summary, the OST to 11 Eyes is excellent. It has a variety of song types and each of which is done fairly well. The featured tracks are some of the best I've heard. Honestly, it's a shame the anime sucked ass because the soundtrack is so solid. Well, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you found this review helpful. If so, click like and subscribe for more content just like this. Also, don't forget to check out my anime and visual novel reviews as well. Thanks again everyone. I'm your host Joe, saying to you, Jeanne.
Oh, please don't let me die.